You were a guy who played 3 sports in high school, correct?
Yep.
What's your take on a high school athlete who's playing multiple sports? Do you think he should just focus on one in the 9th grade, or should he play them all for as long as he can?
I'm a huge fan of playing multiple sports. I know that it gets tough in the fall, if you're baseball and football guy, but I do think it helps you. I think it suits you. I think being a football player made me a better baseball player. Being a basketball player made me a better baseball player. And it can be tough to find time to get in the weight room and to keep your grades up and stuff. But I do think it's really beneficial to keep playing as long as you can, especially if you want to. If you're a baseball player and you hate basketball and hate soccer and hate football, then don't play them. But if you love them all and a coach is telling you that to get to the next level you need to play one sport, then don't. You don't have to. I'm a testimony that you can play 3 sports and still go to the school you want. Reed Frank played 3 sports in high school, went on to play baseball at Carolina and play professional baseball. So
Jeremy Thompson with the Packers.
It is possible. You definitely don't have to.
As a coach, for me, it showed time management skills.
Yeah.
And it showed athleticism.
Yeah, it shows athleticism.
Right.
So I think if you're a baseball coach and you got a guy who's a stud basketball player, you're not like, oh, this guy's not getting the ground ball reps in the winter that he should be. You're like, no, this guy's a really good athlete.
Defense.
He's running around, he's lateral, he's jumping, and I can see him doing all that. And and he's competing, he's on a team. That's all things we look for.
Right.
Athleticism.
That speaks volumes. And there's some coaches might not want their players, and some coaches might not like this either,
Yep.
but we're just going to say it because this is about the kids and, getting
absolutely.
to the right place. So the way college coaches think, and if I'm wrong, please tell me, they look at a kid who plays multiple sports as a plus because he's athletic.
I agree. I agree.
Every day of the week.
They want athletes because once they get an athlete, they can work with them. And I don't think, we might realize like, oh, I didn't get to the gym today because I had basketball practice. But if you're in the gym, you're doing, box jumps and all these things that you're getting the same work at basketball practice. Right. And you don't even really realize it just by jumping for a rebound or whatever it is. So there is crossover there in training, and you're obviously running and getting in shape or whatever. But from sport to sport, there is, a crossover of training. You're not missing out as much as you think.
Yeah, I know. And when you're done playing them, you'll miss them.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
I guarantee you probably missed throwing the football down the field when you went to college.
You never get that time. Yep.
Yeah, so.
Never get that time back.
You obviously could have pitched pretty much anywhere, all right? How many visits did you take when you were going through the process?
I took 4 baseball visits. I went to Georgia Tech. My second option, which was a tough decision, was South Carolina. And then I went to Arizona and to Wake Forest.
Okay. Those are your 4 visits.
Yeah.
What's your advice to a player that might have a list of 20 schools he's considering? Do you think it's more, efficient to work that or to kind of narrow your focus a little bit?
It's really hard. I think I sat down and I was fortunate enough to have parents who kind of knew what was going on. My older brothers had been through the process. But we sat down and I crossed off schools like Auburn and Alabama and Louisville and these schools that are really good, and looking back, I'm like, I probably would have liked to have taken a visit there, but for whatever reason, whether it was the academics, the coaches, the scholarship amount money, something didn't feel right, whatever it was, we crossed those schools off. Mm-hmm. So I think being able to make a list and coming up with, schools that you like a lot, and then going to the campus, meeting the coaches, meeting the players, getting that feel, and then kind of just trusting your gut